Lincoln, a group of donors this week announced their intent to come out and create a third-party collective. Just wondering your reaction, just in general, to hearing that.
Well, I mean, I think it's. I think we've had a lot of signs internally that people want to support our program and are excited about what's going on here. So I think that notion is we're not surprised of. We very much believe in the Boulevard concept, not only for what it can do for our student athletes, but also making sure that we stay within the rules, and having people that have been in this business and are experts in this field is very, very important to us. So, listen, this is new for all of us. It's still evolving all kinds of places all over the country, and I'm confident that we will, be able to kind of bring everyone together and make sure it's one united effort.
Let's talk about what you've seen from Damani Jackson.
Well, he's done a good job. He has. It's good to have him obviously back healthy. Disappointed he wasn't able to do a lot this spring, but he had a really good summer. Got his body in shape, and you really see some flashes. You see some of the physical traits that he has, the speed, and he's also very, very strong for a player at his position and his age. And I think each day there's more and more plays where he's able to turn it loose and use those physical abilities. So each day he's thinking less, understanding it more. He's been a good competitor. He certainly has a bright future.
What clarity have you got on that position battle there, quarterback?
Well, we were a lot deeper there than we were in the spring. It's a good battle. I mean, I think we have a number of guys there that are going to play meaningful snaps for us. I would say Blackman has certainly continued to impress. Had a really strong start to camp. Damani, I think, is doing a nice job. Sierra Wright's really I've been really impressed with Sierra. It's been good to get Josh back, obviously, off of his injury and have him full go. So it's a good group. It's a good group. They battle. I think we've got several deep there that can play. Jacoby Covington, certainly another one I need to mention. That's had a good start to camp, and you can see getting better and more comfortable by the day. So, yeah, our numbers have been good. Our depth's been good. The competitive depth's been good. And I think they're guys. I think we'll have a number of contributors here. We'll be looking at this point in December, January, and say a lot of those guys helped this team.
We talked to Sierra on Wednesday about balancing acting and football. It's probably pretty unique for you in your career. How you seen him manage that?
The fact that it's acting, yes, but we've also had guys that have had other interests or other things going on in their lives. Like I compare it to having a guy play baseball and football like we did with Kyler and some of the other guys. To me is even more of a challenge. At least what he's doing is not physically demanding, so it's finding the time on the schedule. And I would give the kid credit. He's clearly done a good job because he's a much better player right now than he was in the spring. So he made some nice improvements throughout the summer. And I hear he's a pretty good actor too.
Staying on the defensive side of the ball in depth, notice that rushing position is a little thin today. What's going to affect your practice?
We just kind of battled through. It's every misstep like that, or every time a guy has to miss some time, it's good for us because you have to work different people in different ways. That can obviously happen in the season at any point. So it's put us in a position where we've moved other players around on the defensive line. They've had to play other positions, and I think our guys have stepped up and done it well. So now we've had enough depth inside that we haven't had to. We've moved a lot of people around, working guys all over the front. The fronts continue to be very active in our practices.
After 1 week, what's your assessment of the defense?
Defense has done a good job. No question. They've been. We had major depth issues there in the spring. Obviously, that is a lot different right now. No question. We brought in a lot of players, and we had a lot of guys also obviously that weren't practicing, that are practicing now. So the talent level is up, the understanding of it's up, and defense has played very well in this camp. They've certainly over the last several days have been the dominant group of them.
Solomon Byrd, what's he kind of showing now that we've been able to see him?
Yeah, he's done good. He's a really good athlete. You can tell he's played ball. He's picked up our schemes very quickly. A guy can naturally rush the passer. And he's been able to move around and play some different positions for us as well. So he did a good job getting his body into shape. We thought he came in the summer a little bit out of shape, and that's really changed. And you're adding a pass rusher, you're adding a guy that has experience at this level. He's been a great team member up to this point. So, you know, another one of the additions that we couldn't be happier with.
I know you said that Corey missed practice on Monday with a physical, that's a prior commitment. Is there anything physical that's giving him that now?
Recently he has, yeah, nothing too severe. We expect him back in the next few days.
Is there any concern about him missing a week of practice for his development?
Yeah. I mean, that's anybody out here. You know what I mean? Whether a guy's played 1,000 snaps or played 15 snaps. I mean, you gotta keep getting better, and you gotta keep improving. So, is it a concern for Corey missing that? Sure, but I want to make a point. It's not because it's Corey. It's just because it's a football player in the USC football team, and so we should be getting him back. Look forward to it. He's been developing and been on a great track. We'll be excited to get that presented.
We've seen.
Anything stand out for the first couple of days in full pads?
Say it again. Sorry.
Well, first couple of days in full pads, anything kind of stand out to you?
Yeah, physicality's gone back and forth. I think we're a pretty willing team. We've done a couple of live periods. We'll get a scrimmage here in the Coliseum here in a couple of days, which I think that'll be, in terms of the full pads and all that, that'll be the most telling. I think it's been a battle up front. I mean, no question about that. We're really excited to see our guys have to tackle, specifically in the open field. Obviously excited to see our ball carriers in live situations. So I think that's the biggest thing I think that we're looking ahead to in the next few days is how do we carry the ball and how do we tackle when you get in those live situations. But the practices have been very physical.
We've seen C.J. Williams a little bit of that first group at the start of practice. What have you seen just positively from him, especially early on?
Yeah, kind of like Damani, missed the spring. Had a good summer. He's a talented kid. He's doing well. He's in a good group, right now with some of those older guys like Gary and Taj and John Jackson, a few of those guys that have been around for a little while. So he's got some good leaders in that group, and he's a talented kid. I would say the majority of the time that in this camp up to this point that his number's been called, he's been very reliable and made some big plays too. So he's what we hoped and expected he would be.
It's a deep group. Do you feel like he's someone who could be a part of that rotation in spite of being a freshman?
Oh, he certainly got a shot. Yeah, he does. He's a talented kid, and you're right. There's some other really good players in that group, but we'll play many guys. But certainly at this point, not ready to decide any rotations, but he's certainly in the mix.
Is there a Jude Wolf update?
Yeah, Jude has a foot injury. He's gonna miss the first part of the season. He's gonna have a procedure done here pretty quick. We'll get it cleaned up and hopefully have him back for the second half of the season.
Thank you, Coach Riley.
All right, thanks.